All right, let's go. I hope every one of you doing absolutely fine. Thank you so much if you have clicked in this video and wishing you a great and prosperous happy new year. May God bless all of us and all our efforts. So this is one initiative of mine to record and upload at least one video a day. Therefore, without any further ado, let's get started. So, we'll be covering the major challenges that is being faced by India. Therefore, the topic of my video would be major challenges confronting India's neighborhood. All right. So, India's geographical location places it at the South Asia, at the heart of South Asia, surrounded by countries with, diversified political system, economic condition, and strategic orientation. And as the largest democracy and fastest growing economy, India's stability contrasts sharply with the turbulence in its neighborhood. In this video, we'll understand how and why. Firstly, political instability of its neighbors. First, we have Pakistan. Chronic political turmoil, right? Weak civil institution, and it is military dominated. It is, where the country is run by a military leader. I'm sure you all know. Please comment below if there's anyone. Please comment below who is the head or who is the current administrator of Pakistan. Which and this very military dominance is undermining the basic democratic stability. This is undermining their Pakistan's democratic stability. I'm really sorry if I am messing up since this is the first video after a lot of time. So yeah, never mind. The next country we have is first Pakistan is done. Next we have Nepal and Bangladesh. These two countries is very fragile in economy and there is frequent protest. As you all know, recently there was Gen Z, and in Bangladesh there's total different ball game going in, which these countries are in the condition where they cannot even have a good electoral system. They can't hold a election, and there is numerous governance issue. All right, which creates unpredictability for India's diplomacy because there's frequent protests, so we cannot interpret, and which is very necessary for India's diplomacy. All right. Next country we have Maldives and Sri Lanka. These two countries are like, there's one, I don't know what animal is it, but it changes its color. This two countries behaves by viewing the foreign policy between India and China. All right, which complicates the, which complicates the situation in India's end. Therefore, it's very hard for India to take a stand, right? Then next we have Myanmar. It's again a military rule, and civil conflicts spill over into India in form of refugees from Myanmar, and as a matter of fact, we can even see from Bangladesh. All right. So yeah, that's there. Next, we have China's expanding influence. China's BRI, that stands for Belt and Road Initiative, projects in Pakistan, CPEC, and Sri Lanka. You all know the famous port that is Hambantota port, and Maldives challenges strategic position of India because China is expanding its port in Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Nepal, making very difficult for India. All right, so that's there. China have already, have set up and progressed a lot in Nepal, Sri Lanka, which makes situation on a tougher side for India. Which brings me to the string of pearls, that is the very technique used by the Chinese, and countering it, the India have come up with the necklace of diamonds to you know uh, fight back for the string of pearls. India has uh, come up with necklace of diamonds, which was, I think, in need of an hour. Therefore, it is yeah, quite crucial. After China's expanding influence, we have the economic stress. Sri Lanka is still recovering from the debt default, and talking about Pakistan, it is even now highly dependent on International Monetary Fund, which shows their fragile economic power. You know, so it's very hard for India, out of which you know there is a need of humanitarian assistance and all this kind of things. Next, we have the security concerns. Even now, cross-border terrorism is a persistent threat from a country like Pakistan. Uh, we can see the recent attack, Pahalgam, right? That was a brutal terror attack from Pakistan, and hats off to all the you know soldiers and Indian Air Force, Indian Army, and all the agencies like NIA and every organization associated with the Ops Sindur. They did a commendable job. And the last thing is ethnic and refugees issue from Myanmar and Bangladesh. We can see, in times of the SIR, there's a Mahim that's going on in, West Bengal. If you are aware of, there's a lot of, violence. So the situation is very unstable out here. Uh, Coming to another security concern, it's maritime security. The Indian Ocean is becoming a contested space because of the presence of, the China's naval. Now, India, now Indian Ocean is becoming a very dangerous place with the presence of China's naval ships. Therefore, it is a very high time for Indian Navy to gear up in the Indian Ocean region, right? So that's there as our security concern. And lastly, we have climate and humanitarian challenges. It's a normal where natural disasters like earthquake, floods, and cyclones, specifically in countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, can stream a lot of our resources in form of humanitarian aids. Yet it's crucial as we follow our good policy, so we help others. So that's there. And rising and another thing is rising sea levels threaten Maldives, creating existential crisis. Oh my god, existential crisis. Okay, since this is the first day, please you know cope up. Please cope with me, guys. I'm really sorry if I'm messing up, but I'm sure, I hope I'll improve gradually. Therefore, coming to conclusion, what I would like to say is, India's neighborhood is in flux. All right, India not only you know have to maintain or manage bilateral relation, but it has to redefine its regional leadership that was before. All right, therefore a balanced approach combining security, standard security and economic assistance and fundamentally diplomatic engagement is essential tool for India for its stability and to assert its role as a regional anchor. If they have to be the best in South Asia, these three things are must. First is a good security, you know security safeguard, and next is economic assistance, and fundamentally it's diplomatic engagement. Although I have to delve more into the geopolitics, I have picked it up as my new hobby, so we'll work on it. I beg your pardon if I have made any error in this particular video, although I have tried whatever little knowledge I had. Therefore, thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you and Jayant. How do we end the stream? All right.